And welcome back to the Good Morning Show. We have another guest with us today, Hannah Davis with Body by Hannah, and she's here to talk about a documentary that she has brought to Cleveland that's showing this evening at Lee University. Welcome, Hannah.
Thanks so much for having me here.
Well, it's good to have you. In fact, when they told me you were coming in, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, are we going to do some more exercising? You know, because the last show we did, you did that with Patty and did the Facebook Live, and that was a lot of fun, but
yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, today we are not focused on the physical aspect of our health and well-being. We're focused on the mental aspect, which is so very important and often overlooked in the wellness space. So that's something that I'm really passionate about, conquering the mental aspect of well-being with my clients. And this documentary, this film that I'm bringing to the community is really near and dear to my heart. It's something that it touches on a subject that's just weighed heavily on my heart for many years. And so I'm really excited to bring the film Embrace to a theater near you tonight. We'll talk about that in a minute, but Embrace is a documentary that explores negative body image and what we can do to achieve better self-perception and better self-esteem, because it's an issue that I don't know a woman who doesn't struggle with it. It's a very, very serious issue that prevents us from truly being happy.
Right. Now, who has done the documentary?
So the documentary was created by Taryn Brumfitt, and it all happened because she posted a very unconventional before and after picture. So she went through, after having 3 children, this horrible body image perception where she went to the extreme to get healthy. She was exercising hours a day. She entered herself into a bikini competition, and she lost all this weight. She had this amazing figure and entered this competition. Well, she got on stage, and she couldn't believe what she was hearing from these other women that had these perfect bodies. And these other women were just like nitpicking, oh, if this was a little bit different, if this. So these women that supposedly had this perfect body still didn't love their bodies. So she decided, you know what, that was too much sacrifice, too much on my family, on myself. I'm going to go back and achieve a more balanced life. And she did that, and she gained some weight, and she decided, you know, one day she was going to post this before picture of her fit self after this bikini competition next to a more normal, healthy body that didn't require so much sacrifice, and she was much happier. And the photo just went viral, and people like Ashton Kutcher commented on it. It just, all the major media sources picked it up, did a story on it, and her inbox, her email inbox, got inundated with emails from men and women. Over 7,000 emails she got shortly after, just sharing their stories and thanking her for putting this picture up. And it was then that she realized that this was an issue much bigger than herself. So this documentary takes us through her journey across the country, this global journey, talking to different women and helping us understand why women in particular struggle so much with body image and what we can do to fix it, how we can learn to love ourselves and love one another, and start accepting ourselves in a healthier way.
Right. Well, and I think especially young girls, you know, you see the magazines and the images that companies, you know, put out there, whether it's health magazines or teen magazines or, you know, Cosmopolitan, everybody just looks perfect, and you feel like you have to achieve that image or you're imperfect, and we're never satisfied, and it starts at a young age, sadly.
You're absolutely right. So much of this is created by the media, and then unfortunately it is passed down from mothers to daughters. And so this film explores that as well. It is a fact that mothers are the most impressionable person in their daughters' lives. So hearing your mother say, "Oh, I just look fat in this," or "I look these negative," and maybe you don't even realize you're doing it, but they are picking up these words, and they are then, this is feeding down. Yeah, you guys found the photo of Taryn Brumfitt. This is a photo she posted that went completely viral, and very unconventional, but she looks great in both. And obviously, she looks super happy in the after photo. So this is her story.
Well, and I guess what I think about is how can you change that culture? And I know she's doing this with the documentary and getting the word out there, but you've got such stiff competition with media outlets and magazines and even social media.
Yes, and again, the documentary is going to explore a lot of that, and fortunately, I do think the conversation is starting to change. But it is taking events like this, and it needs to start in a community. But I do think the larger media magazines it is starting to catch fire, but it's not going to be until we start demanding it to change that it will change. For example, Women's Health magazine this year took a lot of their normal key phrases or taglines and said, we're never using them again. They're never going to use the word skinny again. They're never going to print that on the cover of their magazine. They're never going to, I wish I could remember the other phrases that they committed to not using. But words like that just reinforce this negative body image. And magazines are starting to make that change, but we've got to demand more.
Well, I totally agree, and this is a great way to start grassroots effort and get it out there to when you stop buying those magazines and those subscriptions start dropping, that's when I think that they will, open their eyes and think, what can we do to increase our sales and cater to what's out there, what people are wanting.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, okay, so tell us about the documentary. You're bringing it to town.
Yes, so I'm hosting it at the Lee University Communications Building. Great, yeah, you have that up. The room is CAB 114. It's a girls' night out, so sorry guys, it's just going to be girls tonight. Maybe we can do another event and include the guys, because obviously it's very important for them to hear this as well. It's tonight at 7 p.m. and this is a free event. However, I only have 100 slots in the theater. So you have to RSVP your tickets using that link. And it's really important because we have 75 that have RSVP'd. So we only have 25 tickets left for the rest of the day. So if you're getting this message and you want to come and you have some girlfriends you want to bring with you, or your children that you want to bring with you, please do. Just go online and you can, and bodybyhannah.com.
Yeah,
and I have your, I'll put your website up here as well.
What we're showing on the screen is a pop-up that you'll find on her website.
So if you go to the website, as you can see up here, bodybyhannah.com, and at the top of her website, there's a link that says Get Tickets to Embrace, and when you click on that, it will bring the drop down, and then you can RSVP by clicking on the link, and it will take you to a new page will open up, and then you can actually sign in, logging in through Facebook as well.
Yes, you can.
So you can either create an account or just log in through Facebook and then go ahead and RSVP.
Yeah, and there's also a Facebook. If you use Facebook, if you go to my Body by Hannah page, there's also an event link that you can reserve that way too. I've created an event and it has a link where you can reserve your tickets that way as well. And if you have
Nice.
any trouble, just email me. You can email me via my website as well.
Well, I think it's great. It's it's eye-catching because she's using more of a provocative
Yes.
image, but it's her,
Right.
and
It's-
it's not airbrushed. It's not
Right.
I want to say Renee Zellweger did this, one of the stars got upset because she was so airbrushed
Right.
into a thinner her, and it was a lie,
Right.
basically.
Right.
And so I think bringing that beauty, the inner beauty, and and
The true self-acceptance.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I also want to mention that after the showing, there will be a really nice reception catered by Impressions Catering. So it is going to be kind of a very emotional night, I'm sure, but it's also intended to be a very uplifting, fun night with the reception and a little bit of a talk back after the documentary.
Okay, and just communications building, I noticed, but you have to have RSVP'd ahead of time.
Yes.
Don't
You're not
just
going to
show up
actually
at the
get a
door.
printout ticket, but we do have your name, so we'll be checking people in at the door. So you won't get a printout ticket. You'll just get a confirmation that you're good to go.
You're
And
good
then
to go.
also, I'll put up here your Facebook page. If you go onto
Great.
Facebook and type in Body by Hannah, you can go to the events tab, and you can see the Embrace event right there, where you can also get some more information and click through there to actually RSVP. So there's a lot of different ways you can sign up for this.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
joining us,
guys.
Hannah. I mean, this is, I think, such a great thing and so needed, especially
really
in our
is.
young girls.
It really is.
I'm going to call my sister and say,
Yay!
bring my nieces. My daughter is out of the country, or I would take her. So,
Well, nieces are good.
That's
They
right.
can pass along the message.
exactly.
That's what I hope. I just want this message to kind of catch fire in the community. It really does start in each community.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing that. And you don't want to miss the showing of Embrace this evening at Lee University. And make sure you log in and reserve your ticket quickly. Only 25 left.
Only 25 left. Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you. And we will be right back. We have another special guest waiting in the wings, and we'll be right back after this message.